Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Aries for the second quarter of 2025. So this reading will span between April, May, and June. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what's coming forward for you here in the next 3 months of 2025. Now, this reading will, I believe, be posted, yes, it'll be posted just a few days into April. So we'll be looking at all of April, May, and June. All right, let's go ahead and get all of the cards in view and get this all set up for you. Now, as I record this is actually the Aries eclipse. I had to record a little bit earlier this week, but yeah, so I am actually very curious to see how this reading may shake out for you, because typically when I'm reading on a full moon or a full moon, new moon, eclipse, especially of a particular sign, the reading seems to be pretty deep. But this is not an eclipse reading. This is the Q2 reading. Anyway, Aries, do hope that you are doing well. All right. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom. You have the Seven of Wands. All right, next 3 months here. So Seven of Wands may indicate that you have something that you are being called on to stand your ground around, okay? There may be something in your life here where you want to really put your line in, draw your line in the sand and say, this is what I feel, this is what it is, this is what I'm doing. And the idea of the Seven of Wands is it's very important that you do not back down from this position that you feel like you need to defend. This is all about defending your position. You feel very strongly about something. And it may even suggest that there's some competition present in your life here. Now, does that mean that you're doomed? Like the next 3 months it's going to be full of competition? No. But there may be a very important situation here that shows up in the next 3 months around some competitive energy or something. If it's not competition, it's something that you feel very, very strongly guided to stand your grounds around, okay? Taking a look here, you have a very strong reading, I would say. You have a very deep reading. I'm not surprised. This is very not surprised at all for you here, Aries. Look back to March 29th, 28th, 30th, around that time. This is an eclipse period for you in your sign, and this could really very much dictate. This may what happened during that time may really be dictating the next quarter for you, the second quarter of 2025. And these events may still be playing out. You may not be seeing it yet because eclipse energies take a long time to happen. But anyway, in the middle of the spread here, you have the Knight of Cups. This very well could be around a relationship situation that you are undergoing, that you are dealing with. The Knight of Cups can talk about a significant love event, right? This can be somebody coming into your life or a conversation, a deep conversation that you have to have about a current relationship, if you're not single, about a current relationship. This is typically very positive, okay? This is very positive. But there is even a proposal here on the table for those of you. There's something in your mind, though, that, and when I say proposal, I mean marriage proposal, for some of you. But there's something here in your mind. There's a marriage event potentially for some of you, okay? Not everyone, but for some of you. There's something in your mind, though, that feels a little like you're not sure, okay? So I'm not saying that this isn't going to happen, but there's something that needs to be ironed out. All right, in April, this first column is going to be April in this reading. You have Judgment, Magician, and Queen of Cups. All right, so for the month of April, it's going to be a big month for you, okay, to start off this first quarter. You may be thinking about the actions in your life, and you may be contemplating the decisions that you've made. The Judgment card represents epiphanies in the tarot. The people here, really, you can't see it, but they're like kind of like coming out of a coffin. It's hard to tell in this tarot deck, but they're realizing the results of an action, okay? They're having an epiphany. I always say the Judgment card is like the final boss in the tarot, because once you get past the Judgment, you get your completion. But you can't complete something until you realize the gravity of your actions, until you come to the understanding of how important the steps were that you took before the completion. And that's what the Judgment card says. It's a card of karma, okay? And this could represent synchronicities. This is an angel on the Judgment card. And it's sort of like the idea is the angel is delivering your judgment, delivering your results. And again, this is all derived from some steps or actions that you've taken. With that, you have the Magician, which is very positive. I think that you will get a positive outcome here in April. You'll get at the very least, a healthy understanding of where you stand around this situation in April, because you have the Magician. The Magician is skillful in their ability to manifest. It is a card of skill, okay, when you get the Magician, but it is also this idea, the Magician, the problem for the Magician is it asks you to take action. All right, the Magician has everything that they need. They have all of the tools here in the palm of their hand. The problem is the Magician feels like they need to get more tools. They need to take a course, they need to go to back to university, they need to do whatever, right? They need to find a guru, right? But the reality is that they are the guru. They have everything. They have everything that they need to manifest, to build something, to create something. So when you get the Magician, it is a question of what are you waiting for? Will you go for this? Skillful action here is required with the Magician. But for me, as you have the Judgment card and the Magician, it says that I think you're going to get a pretty pleasant result here in the future. You then have the Queen of Cups, which may ask you to take care of your needs, take care of your body, listen to your body, take care of your emotional needs when you get the Queen of Cups. But this is also somebody who is very capable, somebody in your life that, you know, who you can have heart-to-heart talks with, right? This is somebody who's not just going to hear you. The Queen of Cups will listen to you. There's a big difference between hearing and listening. So this person will listen to you. They'll listen to your needs, listen to your emotional needs. And you could also be playing that role for yourself, by the way. Any court card, so king, queen, page, knight, which you have one of each, interestingly enough, they can be aspects of yourself as well as some other things. Okay, so in the month of May, you have the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant. So you're getting some result here in April. As you push forward through May, you have a very interesting, very straightforward combination of cards here with the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. The Hierophant is a marriage card in the tarot, okay? Because, you know, you need typically you need somebody to, I think, you need an official, I've never been married, but as I understand, you need an official person to perform the wedding, right? Am I right? That's the Hierophant. Okay, that's the in some respects that's the person on the Hierophant card. So the idea is that this is potentially, and you know, many times marriages are done in churches, but not always, not always. And the Hierophant is a card of like churches, formal religion, formal spirituality, like church, anything like that, right? Okay, so you get the idea here. It is also a card of elders, but anyway, with the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant, this can be an event around your marriage or around a marriage. If you are curious, if you're interested in taking something to another level in your relationship life, this can happen for you during this next quarter, right? And it could even just be a proposal, right? It doesn't mean that you're going to be having the wedding here in the next 3 months, although some of you might. I would not be surprised to hear that, but you could get a proposal here. Now, if you're not here for love, remember I talked about how you have this energy around results, around manifestation, being skilled. The Hierophant can represent the place that you work as well, particularly if you work at a large institution, right? Like a large company. And some of you here, so there could be some results and some action that you're taking connected to your job as well. Although we only have one Wands card, I believe here. Yeah, two. So yeah, we did start off with some competition here, so it's interesting. With the Seven of Wands, in the work timeline, if you're here for work, career, finance, you may need to really stand your ground at work. Yeah, you may need to fight for what you believe in your work situation. okay? Because there could be a disruptor here with the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, when I see this in a work situation, this is somebody who likes to stir the pot, okay? I'm not a fan of people who like to stir the pot. Okay, from my perspective, it's a toxic energy. Okay, people who do that because they're bored. People who stir the pot are bored, and they like to wreak havoc because they're bored, and probably also because they're not content with where they are. They're not secure, right? They're insecure. Anyway, you could be dealing with somebody who's like a disruptor here, okay? Somebody who likes to start rumors or anything like that when you get the Seven of Swords. It's a bit of a challenging energy in the tarot. But it also says devise a game plan, devise a strategy for yourself so that you can deal with whatever it is that's coming forward for you. In the relationship stuff, remember at the beginning of this reading, I said you have this like beautiful situation, it seems like, that could be showing up for you with the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant. But there's something, because this upper row can be the row of your mind. There's something in your mind here where you're like, you're a little bit like, okay, but you may be a little suspicious, okay? If you're not suspicious, don't allow this reading to put suspicion into your mind. Okay, that's not the point of these readings. But some of you may be a little suspicious here, okay? And it may mean that you just need to get some answers and, yeah, figure that out. Okay, in the final column here, you have the Four of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Page of Swords here. So the final column will be June. So this is another marriage card. The Four of Wands and the Hierophant are really the biggest indications of marriage in the tarot. All right, and not only that, but the King of Swords is a lawyer as well, or it could refer to legal people, like legal situations or people in legal positions, right? And I always say, like, marriage obviously is a legal contract. So, this could certainly be on the table here. You do have the Page of Swords as well, which can represent delays, or also just high intelligence, by the way. The Page of Swords can also represent high intelligence, or some news around some communication that is important to you as well. Why don't we go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more, because I feel like I want some more details on this reading. All right, we're going to go ahead and start off by pulling some oracle cards for you. And all right, I feel giddy for you. I feel excited for you, Aries. I don't know why, but I do. I feel like I need to say that. On the bottom, you have Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, and stay grounded. So with the Seven of Swords, the thing is, the Seven of Swords energy is not an energy of being rooted and grounded. All right, so if the relationship is going well, but there's this seed of doubt in your mind, maybe you just need to ground or talk with somebody about your feelings, especially with the Queen of Cups being a traditional therapist in the tarot. I'm a big advocate of therapy. So if you may also be seeking this type of service out as well, like a therapy. You have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace, share gifts with grace, waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. I feel like this is a good love timeline for those of you who are here for that. You then have Mahavatar Babaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things, as well as Katumi, cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Yeah, I keep going back with these oracle cards. They're really, for me, connecting to the Seven of Swords. Okay, so there may just be maybe a conversation or something, maybe some minor event that happened that's maybe triggering some doubt. But this idea of like trust what you know is, being highlighted for me as the reader here. Wow. So you then have, let's start off with Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive and balance. It does feel like this love event is divinely guided, whether this is a positive. I think it's positive regardless. So what I'm saying is whether this results in like tying the knot or going deeper in the relationship, or if it results in separation, which I don't necessarily see in this reading, but let's say it does. This is a divinely guided event in your romantic life. You then have Hilarion, divine healing, honor your sensitivity to retreat, to recharge, and heal your light and support others. Especially Queen of Cups is all about healing if you need that. Now, for the people here for career, which I know there are many of you here for career stuff, this is a divinely guided event, okay? So if this idea of like you needing to really stand up for yourself and stick to what you feel, Spirit is pushing you in that direction for a reason. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and start to clarify the original cards with even more cards here. Do hope you're doing well, Aries. Hope things are going good for you. Now, I should also mention that I do have memberships on my channel now. There should be a join button somewhere. Absolutely, do not worry. The content is not changing, but really, you can become a member to give me, to support me with a $2.99 per month donation, if that's something that you would like. In other words, what I'm saying is becoming a member is really just like a $2.99 donation to the channel. I don't really have any perks with that. In the future, I might be, but YouTube encouraged me to turn it on, so it's on. It's on. But again, nothing's changing with the content. Everything will be 100% free, and there's absolutely no obligation for you to become a member. So, all right. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Wands in the first column here in the month of April. Okay, so love this energy for you. This is excellent for your career stuff. Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles, you are recognizing that perhaps there needs to be a little give and take here in a situation. All right, and I think that you are going to have an epiphany around this as you have the Judgment card here with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, you're going to come to a very important realization around this idea of give and take. There needs to be a little give and take in a situation, probably connected to your career. This talks about the money situation in your life, your money timelines here with the Six of Pentacles. And the idea is that the thing with the Six of Pentacles is the generosity of others is not in your control, but you can control how generous you want to be. And you may be realizing that the reality is that some people are just not going to be as generous with you as you are with them. Okay? Especially as this is next to the Seven of Swords. The idea is maybe you're thinking, okay, I'm giving. Maybe it's time for me to scale that back and give back to myself a little bit here. Take care of your needs. The Two of Wands is with the Magician. Yeah, you see major potential here in the month of April around a work project or a work timeline, as the Wands is the suit of work. You're realizing that the world is really in the palm of your hands. And I think some of you, this epiphany is also around maybe the recognition that you can do a lot with the skills, the knowledge, and the expertise that you have. With the Knight of Wands, this is another event happening here. This one is with the Queen of Cups, which is interesting, but the idea of the Knight of Wands, this is somebody who like really needs to live an epic life, okay? For how long, who knows, but they need to live an epic life. They are an adventurer. I always say like the Knight of Wands is the van life card, okay? Putting everything, like selling everything, and then putting everything that you own into a van and living in a van down by the river type deal, right? This is a card of traveling. This is a card of adventure. This is a card of living an epic life. It's also a jack of all trades in the work space. So this person can do a lot, okay? They may not be a master at one thing, but they can do a lot of things, and they can be very good at a lot of things. So it's a very positive timeline for you. You have the Justice card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. Okay, Five of Pentacles in the middle here with the Knight of Cups. That's an interesting situation. The Five of Pentacles may feel like you've lost something or you have nothing. Five of Pentacles, it may feel like you have nothing. But the way that I look at it is this is a feeling, right? This doesn't mean that you have nothing when you get the Five of Pentacles. In fact, there is hope on the horizon with the Five of Pentacles, particularly as you have the Six of Pentacles here. Those cards come one after the other. So the idea is that I think some of you are realizing that you can't please everyone with the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles in the first and second columns. You can't please everyone, okay? To me, this doesn't feel like a challenging money situation for you, Aries. This feels like this idea of like people pleasing, or like the idea that, yeah, you feel the need to be so generous with someone in particular. You do have a transition here that's coming with the Six of Swords. And just know that this, by the way, this could be in your love situation. And the Justice card is a legal situation, okay? It can be. It's not always, but it is one of the law or the legal cards with the King of Swords, the Justice, and the Page of Swords. So the other way of looking at it, it's like karmic balance. The Justice represents karmic balance. You have some karma here with the Judgment and Justice. If you even listen to those words next to each other together, like Judgment and Justice is a very strong combination of words. Okay, so there's some like karmic situations here. Now, when I say karma, do not stress about karma. People think they're stuck with karma all their life, or when they hear karma, it's like bad. No, karma is just about your actions in life. It's like a ledger. You're always, or like a credit, like a bank account or a credit card. You're always adding to the ledger. You're debiting and crediting, right? So the idea is there's always like whatever action you're taking, you're either adding or you're paying off, right? You're adding or you're paying off. That's the idea of karma. And the Justice is sort of like the ledger, the scales. It's the scales are always balancing based on the actions you take. So there's some connection here to the actions that you've taken either maybe earlier in the first quarter of this year, so January, February, March, or before that. But this is coming to a head here in the next 3 months. All right, you have the Emperor. You have the Page of Cups, as well as the Four of Pentacles. Okay. It's hard for me to say. I don't see breakup energy. I feel like there's like a... I will just bump ahead and show you that on the bottom there is the Five of Cups of the deck. So, typical separation cards might be like Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. You do have the Seven of Swords, which is about like a challenge potentially. But I don't see a typical separation energy here, okay? I just feel like something needs to be ironed out in the next 3 months for you here, Aries, as it connects to your relationship. It's 100%, no, I need to be careful about that. Like, tarot cards are never 100%, but from my perspective, if this is your reading, it's absolutely something that can be worked through, and it can be worked through and ironed out, okay? Like, whatever maybe competition you may have or whatever quarrel you may have, this can be solved, okay? Particularly in the relationship energy, especially as you have the the Page of Cups. Page of Cups with the King of Swords may be an air sign, but you also have the Knight of Cups next to it. So those are proposals, offers, opportunities, news that are typically positive in your love situation in the tarot. There's hesitation, though, here with the Four of Pentacles, all right? This person's resistant. They have all these pentacles, but they don't even want to let one go. When in reality, if they placed a pentacle somewhere, that pentacle may grow into the Ten of Pentacles. That's the idea. So there's some resistance here, okay? And the Emperor is a positive sign of success and authority in business. And stability as well, as it's with the Four of Wands. So I think also the work timelines, while for June, look pretty decent. But, while you're maybe there's maybe some clarity that needs to be had, or there's something that needs to be worked through, it looks pretty good for you here, Aries. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and clarify this situation even more by pulling some Kipper cards. Now that card just popped out. So you have the Journey card, could indicate travel, maybe even going long distances in life. Maybe moving, but it's more like journeys, obviously, especially with the Knight of Wands. Bad health, great fortune, marriage, wealthy man, high honor, and thoughts. I don't see separation, okay? I don't see separation in this reading. I do see that we do have this change card on the bottom, which is a card of moving. You might be moving. The Knight of Wands, which I forgot to say earlier, is typically I see that card when people are ready to move. Like change their house, change their residence, move to a new location. The Great Fortune card is the best card in this Kipper deck. It can talk about large sums of money, but you have to keep everything into consideration here. We don't have the Ten of Pentacles with it. You do have the Five of Pentacles with it, which is like the opposite of Great Fortune. So it's almost like you see the potential of something that could be absolutely great or incredible with the Two of Wands and the Great Fortune card. Again, you have the multiple signs of marriage here, like multiple signs. With the Hierophant, the Four of Wands up here, the marriage card, all this, the Justice card, events happening. It seems to be pretty solid. And in your career, if you're dealing with somebody who likes to stir the pot or somebody who's like a disruptor, you have people are on your side. People are on your side. Okay, in this situation with this high honor card. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Aries. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.